Man, what to do, man? Welcome to the Foul Report. Oh, I gotta clear my throat, man. I should be sounding like you're like Otto Porter or Sporty Face, man. But shout out to them. Hey, we going live, man. Good shout out to the good people, man. Friday. Good day. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all got y'all money this week, man. Hopefully y'all did. Hopefully y'all did, because I sure did. And little spirits here and there. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. First I want to say, first and foremost, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be a situation where we gonna celebrate anybody's death or anything like that. But I'll be real, man. We at the Foul Report. We get down foul, man. It's your boy Doc, man. I feel kind of dope by the Hulkster, man. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in child. He was my favorite wrestler, but they pushed him to be that one. So when I'm sitting here thinking about Hulk Hogan and all the stuff in WWF, WWE, all them old school wrestling and all that, I kind of just put me in the mode of, you just think of Hulk Hogan. If you're a little older and then a little younger, you think of, Rock, Stone Cold, all these different characters. You know what I'm saying? So big part of your childhood, for a lot of people, a lot of kids, you can't take that away from anything. Definitely, but the just when they peel the curtain back with the wrestling stuff, that's one thing, and then you turn around and it's just your life has a pattern of just doing people kind of foul, seem like GDF while you here, it just seems like a lot of stuff just disgenuine. You had a lot of relationships based on financial gain, which is fine, but it just gets tricky when it comes to your family. So this is Law and Crime, y'all. I know people don't want to be running on talking, but this Law and Crime, let people build in, let people get in if they need to. This Law and Crime. I'm sorry. Yeah, Law, Crime on the case. You know what I'm saying? They said they had a new footage that I want to check out. New footage of Hogan. His name is Terry Bollea. His government's Terry Bollea, but they have new footage of when he got in, because if you didn't know, like, he's his death is a lot of like kind of sealed stuff about his death, and it's kind of like it's none of everybody's business, but he's a celebrity, and then family, family. What's up? Like, do they know what's going on? It's just a kind of tricky situation, man. Let's get into it, man. Get down foul report. You know what I'm saying? Get down foul report with Doc. Let's go.
What really happened in the hours before the wrestling legend died?
Said he was doing CPR for 8 minutes. Okay. He was not doing CPR for 8 minutes. What makes you say that? Because when I started CPR, I'm the one that broke his ribs.
Now,
okay. So y'all up on game, man. So CPR, you get qualified CPR. You should know, if your compressions are, dire, you're going to be putting your body weight on them. You know what I'm saying? So definitely will probably break a rib if you're really trying to resuscitate.
New claims, new questions, and a body cam trail that offers a closer look at what unfolded.
In all my 20 years, I never seen nobody die.
We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. At what unfolded. We just got our hands on a massive body cam file from the death investigation of wrestling legend Hulk Hogan. For months, questions have surrounded the sudden death of the wrestling icon, but now for the first time, we are taking you inside the investigation with hours of newly obtained police body cam footage. So to catch you up to speed, let's go back to July 24th, 2025. Hulk Hogan, his real name was Terry Bollea. He stopped breathing inside his home in Clearwater, Florida. His wife, Sky Davis.
All right, so that's okay, damn. Okay, they're going into the wife. This is probably like his third or fourth, fifth wife or something. I don't know. It happens, but it was kind of the daughter and she looks around his daughter's age. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter's like probably 40s or 50s. It's let's go, man.
Billy Hogan, along with an occupational therapist and a home health aide, reportedly performed CPR until first responders arrived. And despite their efforts, Hulk Hogan, the wrestling legend, died. In the days that followed, speculation spread. Did complications from recent neck surgery play a role? How could someone who appeared to be recovering and in good spirits suddenly stop breathing? Now we're breaking down what investigators documented, what first responders witnessed, and what the newly released records reveal about Hulk Hogan's final moments. So let's begin at the beginning, when Hulk Hogan stopped breathing. Investigators caught up with the homemaid who was caring for Hogan when he reportedly went into cardiac arrest. Here is her account and timeline of what happened.
I had him 7 to 7, like 7 in the morning.
All right, so shout out to all the medical professionals out there, you know what I'm saying, that be getting their stuff done, taking care of people, because I know that's not easy, you know what I'm saying. Taking care of somebody that may think they okay and don't need help and things like that. It's just like a tireless job. They get paid well, but not enough.
7 at night that day. I got here around probably like 6:50ish. I can't remember the girl who I replaced, but he was already up in the bathroom upstairs, sitting in the chair, getting ready to brush his teeth. Okay. I think he died was that a Wednesday? If it was a Wednesday, I had him that Monday, I think, and he was not. Okay. Like he was, moving slow.
Bro, can you imagine? You a nurse, and then somebody like Hulk Hogan come in to your care or something. Oh man.
Oh, but like, was it nothing like I walked into Wednesday? They said he was in diapers when I got there Wednesday. So I guess I don't know what took place over night or Monday to Wednesday, but by the time I got there Wednesday, he was in diapers now. So brushed his teeth, he went downstairs.
What he say?
He didn't normally eat breakfast, so he had a yogurt. I want to say the wife gave him his medicine or Monday to Wednesday, but by the time I got there Wednesday, if it was a Wednesday, I had him that Monday, I think, and he was not. Okay. Like he was, moving slow, but like wasn't nothing like I walked into Wednesday. They said he was in diapers when I got there Wednesday. So I guess I don't know what took place over night or Monday to Wednesday, but by the time I got there Wednesday, he was in diapers now. So brushed teeth, downstairs. He didn't normally eat breakfast, so he had a yogurt. I want to say the wife gave him his medicine, his morning medicine, and we set him in a recliner. Okay. Probably, I want to say 9:45, occupation got there. Occupation therapy got there. They had to order new toilets because I guess his strength wasn't what it normally was. So with us having to order new toilets, I showed occupational therapy, came in. He was
order new toilets.
He was breathing.
But you have to order new toilet. You gotta order new toilet because your strength is not what it was, huh?
I literally said from probably here to her car is where the distance was from the living room to his office where the bathroom downstairs they use. I walked occupational therapy into the bathroom, see the toilet. When we came out, he was like, Terry, I'll be over in a minute to get your vitals. He went over and he was like, I can't get a pulse. And
Terry responded to him when he said that?
No, but he was sleeping. He was sleeping. As soon as I put him in the chair, he went to sleep. Okay. So he said, I can't get a pulse on his finger. I also worked at Largo Med. I was like, sometimes if they cold, you gotta rub it. And so we started rubbing the hand. And he was like, I still can't get a pulse. So that's when me and Sky walked over. And Sky was like, he's not breathing. Okay. We called 911. We go around. The occupation, they told us how to.
I want y'all, I'm gonna rewind that, but I want y'all to take folks listen how I unless I misheard something, how a professional medical person is supposed to react, to these types of situations. You know what I'm saying? The double check, making sure they're good, checking the pulse. These are things, you should take serious, you know what I'm saying? Because they take an oath and stuff. And I just see like a lot of situations where they just being like careless with these patients, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna run that back, man. Let's see if she did her due diligence.
So he said, I can't get a pulse on his finger. I also worked at Largo Med. So I was like, sometimes if they cold, you gotta rub it. And so we started rubbing the hand. And he was like, I still can't get a pulse. So that's when me and Sky walked over. And Sky was like, he's not breathing. We called 911. We lowered him to the ground. The occupation, they told us how to.
And let's be real, man. Alleged or whatever it is, it could be opinion, but some people might say Hogan or Terry Bollea is a racist, is a bigot. That might be some people's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being a woman of color, taking care of this dude who's already been caught like with saying stuff online. Indoor stuff. Stuff he thought wasn't, being recorded.
The minister of the CPR, occupational part of the CPR, and they worked on him until paramedics got there. Mm-hmm. And then, basically, we're like, they passed away already, but they just kept working.
So the medications you took 5 of them?
Does he have like the same ones he takes every day? That
I think in the morning, all mornings are the same, but I don't think he takes like everything all day.
Okay.
So I think he had like a morning dose, a noon, and like a night dose. I did do overnight with him before at 7, and there was certain medicine that he would take between like 11 or 10 because he would stay up a little late at night. He was up and down at night. So I guess whatever the pain he was in, whatever surgery, we didn't go into detail. They considered him such a high-profile case at my job, so we got the bare minimum about what was going on with him. He had like a nurse coming in every day that they knew the depth. Our job basically was.
So I get, man, y'all, if y'all in the chat or if y'all watching on the replay gang, you know what I'm saying? I get, you know, like I said, he's a celebrity. I get like coming in, having to keep everything on a low because, like, again, once I said, imagine you just taking care of somebody. Let's just say Michael Jackson comes in, oh yeah, call TMZ real quick. Michael Jackson here, he in the hospital right here, you know, taking pictures, little things you could risk getting fired and all that type of stuff. But I can see why they say keep it on a low profile. But I don't get why they wouldn't let them know what's going on with this cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as what is he in here for? You know,
Feed him, helping they like a normal ADL stuff.
So when you say activities for daily living, ADL?
Normal ADL stuff. Huh?
When you say we, that's you and the other home health.
Yeah, like the other, it was like basically 2 a day because they did 12-hour shifts.
Okay,
so
so
somebody would be there 7 at night to 7 in the morning, and somebody would go 7 days, 7 weeks.
Okay. Do you have access to his like medical records or anything like that?
We didn't even have access to who his real name was. It was just when they first gave us him, it was just high-profile client Clearwater. I didn't know who it was until I pulled up, went to work, and he was the first day I had him. He was in the chair. Okay. And anybody that knows him knows that hair with the ball. So I'm like, is that Hulk Hogan? And the lady was like, yeah, they did something. No, they kept it like very discreet on, because I guess the celebrity factor was very discreet on who we were working for and everything else. So with I don't even know why he ended up sick. They never told us what happened. It was just he had just got out of the hospital and needed home health.
Okay. So after this happened, did you write anything? Like, do you have to write a report as to what you saw?
No, I called my job. I said, well, they're taking him to the hospital. Okay. And she was like, okay, you have to stay until they physically pull off because technically you're still working. Sure. I gave Scott a ride to the hospital, and I called my job. I was like, he asked for a ride. I gave him a ride to the hospital, and they asked me what happened. I don't know if my job reported when I told them or me in occupational therapy, but we never had to write anything or that.
And that's normal. I mean, have you ever
I never had this happen. Okay. In all my 20 years, I never seen nobody die.
Okay.
Never.
I
mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because not just before it was, but I never had that happen to me. I even worked in the hospital. I never saw patients cold. That was all scary. Like, that was just a lot. And then I go outside, and the street was already filled with people. It was just too much.
So that morning when you got there, was he talking or anything?
Yes, he was fine. He was sitting there, and I was like, you got to brush your teeth. And I would always tell him.
Man, can you imagine, bro? Like, again, him being there, Hulk Hogan. Okay, is that Hulk Hogan? You know it's him. Or now you know it's him. And then you've been on a job and you ain't never had nobody pass on you. And it's this dude. Crazy.
I tried everything. You're not just going to sit in the chair. He was like, okay, you brush your teeth. He was like, I'm ready. We went down the elevator. Got him in because he had a little big recliner down there. We went down the elevator. Got him in the recliner, and that was.
Okay, you said you take yogurt?
Yeah, that's all he basically ate in one time, just like yogurt.
Okay. Was he complaining of any pain or anything like that? More than normal?
Not that particular day, but some other days complaining of his back. I don't know what the injury had something to do with his back. But
man, see? Okay. So real quick, where my camera at? I said, my camera at? Where my camera at? Nah. Real quick. Hulk Hogan, after all them years of putting his body on the line for entertainment, just like a lot of athletes, you know what I'm saying, going over, especially back in the days, you know what I'm saying, they probably didn't have the right treatments and all that. Either way, I've heard he has had so many surgeries in his post career life, you know, and that comes with, hey, we're gonna give you pain medication, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that, you know.
He had that pain, but he barely was awake. He would always like sleep during the day. I guess the overnight shift, they would be up and down a lot, which I can got because I did a couple overnights, and it was just like whenever he wasn't comfortable, he was going to get up, go downstairs, and go back upstairs. So him sleeping in the day was like really normal. On the average 7 to 7, I probably would be up probably 4 12-hour shift. And if he was up, he was so quiet, he just sit there and watch it.
So how many times do you think you treated him?
I probably had him like 5 or 6 times.
Okay. The remainder of the conversation between the homemade and investigators turns clinical, focused on Hogan's medical history and the strict protocols she is required to follow for reporting and record keeping. But that's only part of the story, because now we shift to the moments after the 911 call when caretakers stepped back and paramedics arrived on scene.
I don't remember what you were dispatched.
Okay, so the person like her that said, "Hey, we're taking care of him. He didn't have no pulse. Now we're going to call the paramedics off or the emergency people, or if they have them on deck, you know, they're right there. But yeah, now the paramedics come over. Now what it do?
For
Medical emergency.
okay. So once you got there, what did you see?
When we got there, obviously, we get more notes as the call came in.
Sure.
And then when we arrived, we found an individual in cardiac arrest.
Okay. Do you remember what he was?
It was in the living room,
Okay.
on the floor in the living room,
Okay. And what did you see?
next to a couch. There was two healthcare providers there.
Mhm.
One, the male was attempting to do CPR.
Okay.
So they was in the house. They was at a house like some hospice or something. I don't know, like some. Yeah, okay. I thought he was like at a facility, maybe.
Were you the lead medic or the charge medic or whatever you guys call it?
Lead medic was my partner.
Whatever you
Okay.
guys call
But
it.
we interchange.
Okay.
Whatever needs to be done, we make it happen.
Okay. So this guy's doing CPR, one of these medical providers?
Yeah.
Okay, or attempting, as you said?
Yeah.
So then you guys, I assume, take over?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then what happens from there?
We took over. We went through what we do
Mhm.
normally. We follow ACLS protocols and
Okay.
county protocols that we do have. I think we were there for a long time,
Mhm.
try to restart, do everything we can.
Yeah.
And then we took him to the hospital.
At some point, did you look at his body at all?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, before we said roll him to the board, we looked
Okay.
at him. We looked
Just
at
to
him.
make sure.
Yeah.
Did you see any obvious signs of trauma or anything like that?
Not initially. We did it.
When you were there, sort of doing your thing, working the code, did you hear anything from anyone who was there about what happened prior to the cardiac arrest?
Yes, I
If-
did
if
ask.
any.
Yeah, I did ask. According to, I believe, when I asked what happened, well, he received some treatment,
Mhm.
I guess physical therapy, something.
Okay.
And then he went to his bedroom somehow
Okay.
after the treatment,
He did, or
Yeah,
someone else?
he did.
Okay.
the patient.
So he received some treatment. So I don't know. You know, we in the land of drugs and them. Pharmaceuticals, things like that. He probably got like some shots and who knows, man.
He went to the room and then short time later, came from the room, sat on his couch
Okay.
and watching TV or something.
Okay.
And then the physical therapist and the nurse that was there continued doing whatever they were doing.
Okay.
And then he told me after a little bit of time, go check him to check a blood pressure. And there was none.
Okay.
And that's when this guy coded on the couch.
Next up, a lieutenant gives his version of events, adding a new layer to what really unfolded.
That's how they be piecing stuff together, y'all. That's how they be piecing stuff together.
Engine to the rescue was in front of us, jumped out, grabbed some equipment. We saw the female CNA, whatever she was, standing
Dang, whatever she
right
was.
between the doorway.
Okay.
Walked in, saw the other gentleman, another nurse or rehab driver, whatever he was on the floor next to the recliner doing chest compressions.
Okay.
And at that point, we just worked a standard ALS cardiac arrest, all the protocols. Start off with just CPR, BLS airway with just BBN and some oxygen. Put him on the monitor right away. He was in asystole. I upgraded his airway. I placed a king tube with no G tube and made our CPR continuous. At that point, it wasn't BLS CPR anymore. And then just followed the protocol. We gave the maximum epidural did, which is 3. We gave Narcan. It's pretty standard practice. Cardiac arrest patients from the H's and T's we kind of rule out, and it's pretty benign generally given. So we gave Narcan just to give it. Checked his blood sugar, which came back good. Remember he recently had some kidney issues, so we treated him. We also gave some bicarbonate calcium, but it was pretty.
That blood sugar, y'all, man, that could come from a lot of stuff. Like you can it's your diet. It could be your diet. You know what I'm saying? Breads, things that could turn into carbs later, sugars. You know what I'm saying? They'll get that up. Just if you now, I'll say this about him. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he kept exercising on the way out, but it was just painful for him. He was losing his strength and things like that. So
Pretty much just a standard, regular asystole site style cardiac arrest.
Do you remember what you were dispatched for originally?
I remember the notes. It did come in the cardiac arrest, but
Okay.
I didn't say anything about like like the sex. It didn't say male or female.
Okay.
And I think it said, I don't think it had an exact age. It might have been like an approximate.
Okay.
But
When you got there, where were people positioned?
the one female nurse was standing in the doorway. Like we walk up the stairs, she was right there on the phone.
You're talking about the front stairs, like you go to the front door.
Correct. Yeah. His wife was kind of between there and where he was on the phone talking to somebody.
Okay.
And then the male nurse was on the ground doing chest impressions.
Okay. And where was Mr. Bollea?
He was, if you're looking at his recliner, he was to the left.
Okay.
The paramedics on scene all have the same story. They knew someone was in cardiac arrest, and they jumped in to treat their patient in the way in which they were trained. One of the paramedics is asked about whether or not he notices anything unusual on scene.
So you said you started your protocol, so you guys started working in cardiac arrest, presumably normally do. Did anything stand out to you about this one?
No.
Okay. So what were you sort of doing as part of to help with this?
I was kind of helping where needed.
Okay.
Everybody kind of filled into a position as far as airway, depressions. And I just started gathering equipment and what else was needed on the outside of it.
Okay. I assume at some point you looked at his body. Did you notice any signs of trauma that were apparent to you or anything like that? While you were there, did you hear anybody talking about what had happened before he went into cardiac arrest, if anything? Okay. Any talk of any medical history or anything like that that you would have changed?
So this is the third group of professionals that came afterward.
You guys did business or anything like that? No.
Not necessarily.
Cool.
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
So we know Hulk Hogan stopped breathing. The 911 call came in as a cardiac arrest, and until now, the story has been the same. Those inside the home, including the occupational physical therapist, immediately began CPR the moment they realized Hulk Hogan didn't have a pulse. But a newly released body cam video reveals something investigators noticed. And one paramedic says that version of events doesn't add up. So I want you to listen carefully to what he says.
All right. When you got to the house, what did you see once you walked in?
When I just went up the stairs because I saw the, I don't know if she was a nurse or whatever, saying, hey, he's up here.
Okay.
So I just went up the stairs because the paramedic on the engine and the lieutenant went to help grab the equipment on the rescue.
Okay.
So I just went upstairs. When I walked into the room, he was on the floor next to a chair. The therapist, the guy in the room, the scrubs,
Okay.
said he was doing CPR for 8 minutes.
Okay.
He was not doing CPR for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Because when I started CPR, I'm the one that broke his ribs.
Okay.
If he was doing CPR, he was doing poor CPR.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
But he
If he
went on the
was.
rescue.
Okay.
So I just went upstairs. When I walked into the room,
You know what I noticed about life and stuff, but I don't like when people do that. Like, this is me personally, man. This my take. I don't like when people when they go hit you with the oh yeah. He wasn't doing CPR. If the person that was on that said he was doing CPR, he didn't do CPR because I broke his rib. You know what I'm saying? I broke his ribs, but he broke his ribs. And you said, I know he wasn't doing CPR. Well, you go, if he was doing CPR, he's doing poor CPR. So was he doing CPR or not? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like that. Patty.
he was on the floor.
Paramedic says that version of events
On the rescue.
Okay.
So I just went upstairs. When I walked into the room, he was on the floor next to a chair. The therapist, the guy in the room, the scrubs,
Okay.
said he was doing CPR for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Said.
He was not doing CPR for 8 minutes.
He said he wasn't.
Because when I started CPR, I'm the one that broke his ribs.
Okay.
If he was doing CPR, he was doing poor CPR.
Okay.
Doing
So
poor CPR.
that's, yeah.
Okay.
But he, in the notes going up, and I think on the radio, they said they were having trouble getting him out of the chair to the floor. So we were thinking we were going to have to get him on the ground, but he was on the ground when we got there.
Some striking allegations are being raised here. Did the occupational physical therapist really perform CPR for 8 straight minutes? And if so, was it done improperly, as one paramedic claims? Now, these are obviously serious questions, and for now, they remain just that, claims from one side of the scene. The only way to get clarity is to hear directly from the therapist himself. His name is Justin McCamey, and his conversation with investigators is a little hard to hear, but I want you to listen closely to what he had to say in the minutes after Hulk Hogan died.
Let's go.
I witnessed the surgery a month or two ago. They severed the phrenic nerve, doing a complete system. Came home, health. I'm an occupational therapist, and it didn't look good. I saw him last week one time. That's like dead here, breathing. I called the guy. I was checking out the do it. Okay. He had very little, couple of very was up throughout the night. Narcotics. and came back to I noticed
It is. Yeah, it should be behind that seat.
no right to call the chat. Tried to get pulse, tried to take blood pressure, nothing. She came in, we realized it together, immediately called 911. Down to the floor, we started compressions. And that's basically he was breathing. In any case, when I saw it, it's such a big guy. So getting a pulse, getting all that stuff, sometimes difficult. And then when I realized that obviously we didn't call and get this. To be honest, I'm surprised he lasted this long.
You said you were only here like 10 minutes, right?
I got here about, I was here 9:30. I walked in the door.
How long have you been helping take care of him?
Only my second visit. I just did the initial eval last week. Honestly, I was surprised at police.
And are you trying to help him adjust to being in like a wheelchair mainly and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, occupational, that definition, PT does the legs, OT we do the upper body. Okay. Function.
So just helping him function as best he can.
Right. I was trying to get him back because he was having trouble breathing.
Was he able to walk and stuff?
Barely. It was a pivot transfer.
He's been using like urinal and stuff. What's the big issue right now?
Everything. Like we were.
Like why was he not able to walk?
He had that, let's say, severed the phrenic nerve in sort of.
Was that recently? Okay. So he had a back surgery? Or what was it?
It was, honestly, it's had so many surgeries. Okay. The phrenic nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory.
Okay.
Yes, and it is. Because no reason or no kind of, I guess that's a big thing, the coroner's report or what the intoxication report or whatever they have to release. I know, last thing I heard, his daughter didn't get all of it.
And if you slice that, which is hard to do, the doctor. Okay.
Okay.
And if you slice that, which is hard to do.
Okay. So he had a back surgery, or what was it?
It was, honestly, it's had so many surgeries in surgery.
Was that recently? Okay. So.
Oh, bad, y'all. I'm trying to get it back to the part. He said the nerve.
Barely. It was a pivot transfer.
He's been using like urinal and stuff. What's the big issue right now?
Everything. Like we were.
Like why was he not able to walk?
He had that, let's say, severed the phrenic nerve in
The
surgery.
phrenic
Was that
nerve.
recently? Okay. So he had a back surgery, or what was it?
It was, honestly, it's had so many surgeries.
Okay.
The phrenic nerve is a nerve that involves respiratory.
Okay.
And if you slice that, which is hard to do, the doctor.
Sure.
Okay.
So that's off the record.
So you caught that. The doctor could have screwed up. Now, there was damage to the phrenic nerve, and that could have led to certain complications. And that comment is what led to some speculation that Hulk Hogan's death was caused by a botched surgery. When investigators followed up with McCamey later, he was much cagier with his answers, seeming to suggest that the fact that Hulk Hogan was a celebrity made speculation about his death and reports about his death spiral out of control.
So this has nothing to do with the medical records per se. It's more just your own observations, your own background, and that type of stuff.
Can I have her present? I mean, that's a little intimidating. I've watched Law and Order for years.
Look, I'm a nurse.
Say that again?
I'm a nurse.
Okay, yeah,
I've done tons of codes.
this was my first.
I've never had police come to my house.
I understand that we're
Over a code.
taking things. I'm uncomfortable. That's not what we're trying to do here.
No, I understand. You have to see it from my perspective.
No, and I get it.
You know.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything else because I know I spoke too much already.
I know you're going to talk.
I guess somebody else get it. Well, I mean, if that's what they're telling you to say, we're not trying to put anybody on. It's not.
Yeah, understood.
So
They-
thank you. This is his. My name is, I'll write it on the back just so you have it. And she can call collectively. Okay. Help maybe lessen some of this angst that's.
I'm the one that's anxious.
What? Collectively. Okay.
And I was the one that was like, Justin,
My question,
like,
we have family that are law enforcement, so we're.
I was some guys just came here and, you know, I'm like looking at them like,
I'm just concerned that all this stuff's getting out that shouldn't have been out. It's
Yeah.
HIPAA violations on these camps. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, man, that's a HIPAA violation stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let even medical history get out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it again because I said it in the beginning of the video, but yeah, man, what y'all think? Tell me in the comments, man, what y'all think. Man, it's yes, Hulk Hogan. What's up with him, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, wrestling, you know, he's wrestling, so I'm trying to guess I wanna see, you know, if he's ever gonna, if not him, but if it'll come out that, you know, that he actually, you know, was a botched surgery, and because it's just a lot of stuff that came out with him, man. But you know, hopefully his family could get everything they need to move forward without him. You know what I'm saying? Because his discretions and his wrongs and all the stuff shouldn't dwell on the good people of his family. But you know, You know, that'd be sometime. But yeah, next time, man, to check y'all out, man. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's Doc on the Power Report. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Gone.